Hello everyone and welcome to Wednesday morning's video. On Wednesdays I have two videos out and I enjoy doing that because I have so many different kinds of videos that it's really nice to keep things a little more separated. For those people who are really interested in our everyday life and like to know about me and my husband and my family, I like having the Wednesday morning videos because it's just a different glimpse of our life. Today I'm going to share with you my husband going home. And I just recently did a video where I talked about me going home and what does that look like for all of you? What is my life like as a child? Today we're going to show you just a little bit of some video clips of my husband and the area that he lived. Now he only lived about 10 miles from here and I got to know my husband through church, and I'll share with you just a little bit more about that. So the landscape is quite different for where my husband grew up compared to where I grew up. My husband grew up on a farm and he was surrounded by all farms here. And this is the area, this is about 10 miles from our home. Now for me, it was quite different. I didn't live too far from the borough, but yet I was somewhat closer to town. I will be showing you the home place where my husband and I first were married and the home farm. This here is the neighborhood that my husband grew up. My husband grew up with a father that was a farmer, and his mother's family, it was their home farm. So the farm was in the family name ever since it was built. As you can see, the landscape, there's a lot of soybeans and corn. It doesn't look much different than it did when we lived here. Now, when I married my husband, we moved onto the home farm and we lived there for quite a few years. Then we sold the home farm and got into other businesses. But my husband wants to go back home every once in a while and see what it's like. Of course, his parents are no longer living, and no longer does his brothers live in the same area as well. At one time, all of the brothers lived in homes right off of the farm. The farm was positioned and it had parts of it built up with other homes. I'm going to show you my best friend, and this is her farm. I talk about the Mennonite friend of mine, and this is where they live. And she has a beautiful farm. She's been there ever since I remember. And now I'm just going to show you the home church. It's within the same community. It's only a mile apart. And we're going to go to the home church here. This is where my husband and I went. This is a little Mennonite church. We went here for the many years of our first marriage. And this is where all of my husband's loved ones are buried. My husband grew up in a plain Mennonite church. He left the church for a while to go into the youth group. That, of course, is where he met me. And then we moved back to the home farm, and then we went to church here. And his parents, Grandma Fanny, and all of the people that I talk about in my videos are buried right here at this little Mennonite church. And now we're going to swing around, and I'm going to take you back the other direction. Then I'll show you the home farm that my husband bought, and when we got married, and we lived there for quite a few years, and then we sold it, and then we got into other family businesses. So right up here in a little bit, you'll see our home farm. We did have lots of chickens. We had big commercial chicken houses, and we had 90 acres. I don't talk much about this part of my life. It was way before YouTube. But this is where our children were born and raised, and this is the memories that they had. And this was our farm for many, many years. And that's our home farm right there. And there we go. We're going to head back home again. It was a lovely trip. We like to go here probably once every couple months just to see what it's like. And this is my best friend. This would have been her husband's brother, lives on this farm.
Say we're all community, all around each other. And they are plain Mennonites.
What I'm finishing up doing is, and I want to show you this, this is something I really got into doing. These are just pickle jars. So I ask family and friends to save me their pickle jars, and then I paint it and decorate it, and then I use it to store some of my herbs in it. And it's so much fun. So today I'm making Pizza Hut herbs, and all it is some oregano and some onion, and then I add Parmesan cheese to it, and then I can keep this in the refrigerator. But I love decorating these jars, and it's so much fun.
So what my husband and I have been doing, we have been writing to-do lists, and he has his own to-do list, and so do I. And sometimes we do it individually, and sometimes we help each other out. Well, instead of buying a new greenhouse cover, we decided to try to clean this one because it had so many bugs all over it. And wow, it looked just like new. So my husband helped me, and we worked on it together, and we got this accomplished, and it felt really good. Well, everyone, take care, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow. Bye.